Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ademola Badmus. If this is your first time, please do not forget to like the video if you find it helpful, and also subscribe and tell your friends about it. Your criticism is also welcomed because I would like to improve on this. So in the last video, which I recommend you watch first, I have talked about creating a branch for every of the updates that we are going to be making moving on out. So in the last video, we've already pushed the multiple files scenario into our Git repository. So right now what we'll be doing is we will be creating more of we'll be creating a single file feature. So what we essentially just need to do is we will delete the logged folder, we will delete the performance, we'll delete the problem, we'll delete the standard, and all these feature files, and we have just one single feature file. But all the steps have already be written here. So what we just need to do is just create one more file, and call that maybe swag labs dot feature. All right, and we create the step definition folder for it, which will be swag labs as well. And inside it we would put a file. Once again, a big shout out to Swag Labs, the owners, for making this test site. It is really good for you to practice your automation. So we have created a spec file for it. So what we just need to do is copy all the steps inside here. So we can start with the way we want it arranged, right? So let's start with the standard user, and we'll make some changes as we do that. We start with the standard user, we have it pasted here. So for the rest of them, the way we want them arranged, we just need to copy the scenarios. We don't need to copy the feature anymore. We just need to copy the scenario. So we add it to it. This is Swag Labs, and now we'll move on to the next. And we paste. And this is for a problem user, so a locked user. So you can essentially use just one file to do multiple steps if those steps are related, they are doing the same scenario. Let's say you're doing a positive test for login, you can put all your positive tests in a single file, and if you're doing a negative test as well, you can put all your negative tests in a single file. All right, so let's just quickly do this and have this here. All right, so with all of this done, so we just need to make some changes here. Testing login for not a standard user anymore, for different types or users. All right, then let us I want to copy all of this, pardon me. We say each user should have a different experience. Right, so that's our feature description, and the steps remain the same. So we can delete all four now because we already have it copied. And where's the delete button? So we have just this. So we'll equally copy everything in the step folders into our step definition. We don't need to redefine it because it's already there. So we can cut and put here. That's for standard. For problem user, I can cut as well and put it here. Now for performance, we can cut. We have been able to establish that the way you define the steps does not need to be arranged just the same way you take the way you have the feature files. I mean, have the feature file arranged, because the step definition would only work based on the hierarchy of the feature file. So it's not that the step definition decides what happens in the feature file itself. So we have locked or copied as well. Do not forget the common folder is still there. So we are going to now delete logged, performance, problem, and standard user. And we are still going to be using the common folder and see if it will work or it won't work. So let's see. We copy all 4 folders and we are going to delete. Right. So we have this now. So if we open our test runner, you can see that we don't have a spec file. Why don't you have a spec file? Because in our cypress.json, we specified this. So what we just need to do is undo all of this that we've done here before and get back to the default. Yes, get back to this default. Yes, so this fixes things for us. If we open our step runner now and we refresh it, we will find the swag labs of feature there. So now that it has been arranged, it will work exactly the way it has been arranged. It will start with standard user, problem user, locked user, and performance user. So let's see if it will work with the common folder still in the picture. Let's wait for it. As you can see, it's still working. As you can see, it's still working. Oh, the problem user should not be above the locked user, because the problem user too has a cache issue, as you can see. So let's make that modification and see if the theory would work. So let's cut this and put it above the problem user. Okay, let's see that work. Now, this essentially, the reason for this is not just to be able to just group your tests, is to give you an understanding of what you want your test structure to look like, essentially, how you want it to be structured and how you want it to run. So, and it's also, and it creates an avenue for you to have very few codes running while you're working. It seems we have a cache issue on our hands, and this one is not caused by anything here. So let's try again. So we might need to, let's try again. Let's remove the node. Let's remove the node that we have and let's start all over again. Let's open the test runner all over again and see if this would clear our cache problem. It's kind of weird getting cache issue with it, because Cypress has always been wonderful clearing cache, clearing cookies for each test. Still working. Now it's back. Oh, expectedly, performance might have issues with itself. So that brings us almost to the end. I just wanted us to see something here. Now, if you can see, there are some steps here, like the giving itself. Every of the giving step is the same across the 4 scenarios. So it means that for every of the scenario, you must do this particular step. So instead of having this particular step inside each scenario and being repeated, you can just write it once. You can write that particular step once and put it under a syntax called background. User should launch the site, right? And with that said, we paste this there. So the giving stays here and we can remove it everywhere else. So with that, this the whole code should still work like this. So it means for before every of the scenario runs, the background step would run first. Let's try again and see. You see that it will launch the site each time the whole code wants to work. As you can see, it has launched the site, and it will do the same thing for locked user. Oh, this cache issue again. Do we need to restart? We need to find a lasting solution to this. This is not really pretty on us. So let's run it. Let's just make a case for using the background scenario, and we will stop here, because in the next video we will be talking about reusing some of our steps. Now that we've gotten to a point where we can use a single file to run 4 features that are actually common, I have a thing to do. So you can equally say you want to use just one single feature file to run a test for a particular feature. You can run your positive and negative test inside it. It depends on how big your test steps are. If they are not so big, you can run them in a single file. The idea is to write lesser codes all the time. The idea is to just create lesser codes all the time. So as you can see, it keeps launching the site, so which means our background works. So if you find this helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Oh, we have not pushed it to Git, have we? So let's push this to Git, and in the next video we will now create the steps to do that. Oh, I have shown you enough Git steps. I don't want to elongate this video. I don't want people to be bored. So if you need to know more about Git, I've done 2, 3, now it is 3. I've done 3 videos about Git and branching, so you can watch that. So in the next video I would have pushed this to the Git repository. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and also recommend. Thank you very much. Bye bye.